Joe Rogan Podcast, check it out.
The Joe Rogan Experience.
Train by day, Joe Rogan Podcast by night, all day.
Welcome to the Joe Rogan Experience. I'm here today with some people I very much admire. Would y'all like to introduce yourselves?
I'm Dr. Cake.
I'm Gandhi.
I'm Thoreau.
Amazing. I would just like this moment to say that I'm drinking my own personal brand of keto coffee, Caveman Nitro. What are y'all drinking on this fine day?
Coffee is a bad habit. I prefer tea. It is much better for your health.
I discern that coffee is a poor money choice. It does not aid you in any way either. So why must you drink it? I much prefer water.
Personally, I like to start every day with a cup of nice black coffee. But it must be ethically sourced. Have you seen the way that coffee farmers are treated in other countries?
Yes, the rights of those should be a top priority. A government should operate in partnership with farmers.
Sure, but is it the government's job to take care of its poor? I mean, just look at California. They're putting billions into their homeless and poor, and so much isn't being done.
I agree. The government does not do much to help its citizens. That is why you must stand up for what you think is right. Do not rely on the government to help you. Rely on yourself.
But not every government action is bad. Yes, there are awful parts to each government, but it is our jobs to negotiate for change.
No, we first need to work to improve ourselves. How can we improve our government without improving ourselves first?
Well, let's look at Russia. I mean, do you think their actions are portraying the wants and needs of its people? They're doing some pretty crazy things right now.
Russia has always tried to do things that harm those around them because they assume that humans are naturally selfish.
So, you think Russia is invading Ukraine because they're selfish?
No, Russia is invading Ukraine because they abide by one of the three evils: militarism. Russia has a strong government and a strong military, and the way that they prove that is by invading a smaller country.
This is why everyone in Russia should protest against Russia's actions. They should relinquish their tax dollars and open their eyes to the evils of government militarism.
See, I don't think that large military is necessarily a bad thing. I mean, right now the military gets about $7 billion in the United States, and they still don't have enough funding to get everything done that they would wish to get done.
But that budget is far too high when there's still millions living in poverty in this country. The government should have a budget that helps its citizens get out of poverty first.
Yes, the government has a responsibility to help those that have little money, and it is not due to a lack of resources that it cannot. Earth provides enough to satisfy every man's needs, but not every man's greed.
Part of the world's issue is that they do not understand the importance of our nature and in our daily lives. Nature has a direct connection to the way that every person in the world operates.
And you don't think we appreciate that?
There's not a single person in this world that appreciates the connection we have. We pollute our rivers with toxic chemicals and destroy the atmosphere with our cars.
It really boils down to this, that all life is interrelated. The impact we have on the environment and social justice are the two sides to the same evil coin.
So, human life and environmental justice have the same amount of needs?
No, it's just that one cannot happen without the other.
I think one can't happen until the other is solved. Until people can realize the importance of nature in our lives, there will be no cure to poverty.
A healthy community is based through the healthy treatment of its people and land, and a government needs to be able to cultivate both. And through common action, that change may occur.
Well, what if the people don't have a common issue? I mean, people can't even agree on the small things, like Apple this, Android that.
Man have become tools of their tools. We have let technology guide us through life far too much. The notion of iPhones versus Androids is simply the same debate against two evils.
There is a sort of poverty of the spirit which stands in glaring contrast to our scientific and technological abundance. The richer we have become materially, the poorer we have become morally and spiritually. The evolution of technology should not be feared, but we must first strengthen our nation and our people through spirituality and common decency.
Yes, we must have confidence in ourselves before we have confidence in technology.
Well, I have very little confidence in our technology. I mean, look at Apple or any number of the big media companies. They steal personal information every day.
It does not matter the trust you have in technology. You still must realize that spirituality and self-assurance should take priority over such endeavors.
Well, I'd like to thank y'all for coming out today and being on my podcast. This has been the Joe Rogan Experience, sponsored by Greenleaf. Spotify, please do not take this one down.